Good afternoon. Welcome to House of Prep. My name is Jerry. I do live outside of Nashville and here in Tennessee. What do you do when the power goes out? You know, you get that thunderstorm, right? That smoke. So the power goes out and you're home all alone. And what do? Do you know where the candles are? What about your handy flashlight? Do you know where it is? Do you know where to find the extra batteries for your flashlight? What if your power has gone out and it's a week? Do you have backup batteries? Do you have backup candles? What about lanterns? Are they propane? Do you have propane? When's the last time you checked to make sure your propane tanks are actually full, that they have propane in them? Have you checked that out? What about oil lamps? When's the last time you checked your oil lamps? Do they work? Do you still have the wicks? Do you have oil? Or the last time you've used them, you forgot to write down that you needed more oil from the store. But this happens from time to time. Doesn't matter where you live. If something happens in your area, whether it's a storm, could be something coming off the ocean as in the form of some kind of a hurricane. It could be a storm that forms out of the middle of nowhere as in a tornado. It could be some kind of issue with the electric, the power grid. Could be what some of us have experienced this past year when it gets really cold and a lot of folks start cranking up their heat and try to find other things to plug in, electric blankets, electric heaters, and just consuming more electricity than what the power grid has been capable of handling. And you have the blackouts and you have power outage. In any type of situation, having a little bit of light goes a long way. If you're out camping, if you've had to leave your house, if there's something and you're out and it's in the middle of the night, it's something comforting when you start hearing the bumps in the night and you hear the noises that are around you and you have some sort of light, some sort of a comfort feeling knowing that you can see, at least in your general vicinity. If you have the nice flashlights that you can shine that emits a high beam, maybe some kind of an LED light, you can see a little farther in the dark. You'll be able to check your perimeter. Having some light adds security to your home, to your person. Being able to see and being able to watch around you and to be able to check out where a sound's coming from, where somebody's maybe hollering for help. You'll be able to scout out the area with light. Just to walk into a situation blind, not recommended. Not recommended giving away your position in anything in life. If you have a disadvantage of sight, you don't have sight. You always want to be able to see what's going on. If you're trying to cook a meal, maybe it's time, your family needs fed and you need a chance to sit down and try to make a meal out of something, whether it's opening up cans or having some light to be able to do that in an emergency is critical. Some light and some power and some fires and things that give off heat. Having different multiple ways of producing fire is wise. Whether it's a ferro rod, whether it is packs of matches. Having multiple ways, it could be a lighter, to be able to create fire, to have warmth, to have something that we have used through all humanity as fire for cooking, for sight. If power goes out, and let's say that you wanted to heat food up, well, you need some fire. And unless you got the propane heaters for your grill, for some cooking sources, you have that, but propane's only going to last so long. If you had a long-term scenario, propane's going to run out. Having ample amounts of firewood ahead of time and being prepared for plan Bs, plan Cs of how I'm going to warm my family, and how I'm going to be able to cook food for my family. That's what it's about. It's about preparing. We talk a lot about preparing for food, preparing for water, preparing security. But this is the side element that it's worth making a video on to discuss. The having fire and light. Having the extra, just the small comforts of life that become critical, become so valuable that we take it for granted sometimes. In my get home bag, bug out bag, I have a ferro rod, I have matches, I have lighters, I have some kindling, some lint from the dryer, some paper, some things to be able to help start a good fire, because you never know what kind of situation you might get into where the area might even be damp. Trying to get wood and trying to have fuel for your fire. Remember, fire is created by oxygen, which you can have that. You can even blow into a fire to help get it started with your blowing breath down at the base of a fire, and having plenty of fuel. And that fuel needs to be dry. And if you have dry wood, you'll be able to have much better success of being able to cook your food on the run. But you're home, power goes out. You know, what do the kids do? They can't see power. You know, maybe I do that too. All right, the power goes out. And you want to already know where your stuff is. You don't want to be just walking around blind, pulling out your cell phone and having to, use your light on your cell phone, even though that's great. It's nice that we all have cell phones and you're able to open them up and use the glow of your phone, or actually turn it on the light of your phone. That's valuable. But what if that power goes out? So you want to kind of already have all your plan in place of extra things. With summer approaching, for some of us that are here in our prepper community, you deal with hurricanes. You understand the importance of having a kit already prepared ahead of time for when the storms come by. And even if the storms aren't destroying your neighborhood, a lot of times they're going to knock your power out, and for weeks at a time. And it takes away your ability to see at night without an assistance of some kind of another lighting, something that illuminates. Glow sticks are nice to have on hand because they're an easy, quick grab. You break them, and those suckers will glow for the night. And they're great. You can hang them around your kids so you know where they are when they're running around, so they don't scare you, right? But you can hang them around. You can hang one in the bathroom. You can hang them in the kitchen, just for being able to have a little bit of a sight to know what's going on in your surroundings. But it's valuable, and it's worth having a reminder video just to remind you that you saw how dark it was when the video started, and then to be able to add some light. And now, whether you wanted to see me or not, now you see me. Okay? So that's all we want to talk about today. It's just a quick reminder. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. And I hope you guys are continually preparing and continuing the journey that you're on. And don't get weary in it. Don't get tired. Don't get tired in the commitment that you've made, not just to yourself, but to your family. And some people around you might depend on you. You never know who you might touch one day by being able to take what God might have blessed you with in your life and being able to use some of that to help somebody in need. What a blessing. What a blessing you could be to other people. But don't quit. Don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on your family. Don't quit on the community that you might have been placed in, that you never know when you might be the hero to somebody. So I hope you guys will hit the thumbs up button for me before you head out, and I'll talk to you guys later.